Chapter 81 Yanyang Danfang, Board the Train Again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. That's it, the 4 hours passed quickly. While Chuyun was waiting, many people came to the square one after another. Among them, Wang Gang's team is also among them. When they saw each other, there was no surprise on their faces. After all, their purpose is the same. They all want to take the train to the next place, that is the real world of gods and demons. At this time, Wang Gang and others came to Chuyun and looked at him with smiles on their faces. Yi Shen, thank you so much. Wang Gang thanked him very much. Without your strategy, we might not even be able to pass the simple level of Swamp King's cemetery. Yeah. Yi Chuyun waved his hand. Feng Qingyun smiled lightly and said, it actually doesn't matter. The guide is just a support. It mainly depends on you. Wang Gang also smiled sheepishly, then hesitated and asked. Yi Shen, I have Yanyang Danfang here, which was exploded from the Swamp King's graveyard. See if you can exchange it for your +5 storm blade. After saying that, he took out a piece of paper from the storage space and handed it to Chuyun. Danfang, Chuyun's eyes lit up. He didn't expect that Wang Gang could reveal such a good thing. Since he switched to the rune sword, Stormblade has been laid off. This time he put all the equipment on the shelves, including the +5 Stormblade, but he put a price on the Stormblade. This price is not expensive in the early stage, or even very cheap. You must know that in the later stage, even a piece of second-level equipment can be sold for at least 5 to 6 god and demon coins, but now this price is always sky-high for Wang Gang and others. So when Wang Gang and others discovered this elixir recipe when they were attacking the Swamp King's cemetery, the first thing I wanted to do was exchange for the Storm Blade with Chuyun. I'll take a look. After taking the drawing, Chuyun looked at it carefully. Yanyang pill recipe, can be made by an intermediate alchemist. Yanyang pill, increases fire resistance by 500% within 1 hour after taking it. Fire resistance increased by 500%. When he saw the pill recipe, Chuyun was suddenly shocked. At the same time, his heartbeat began to accelerate. He suddenly remembered something. By chance in a previous life, a team once saw a level 25 lone traveler being able to clear a level 30 alien space copy, the Flame God Cave, and also passed the difficult level. At that time, no one could even clear the simple level Flame God Cave. This level 25 solo player was actually able to clear the difficult Flame God Cave by himself. Later, after constant questioning, the level 25 loner broke the news. The reason why he was able to pass through this Flame God Cave was because he had medicine that could increase fire resistance. As long as you can resist the magma in the Yenshin Cave, it will be very simple to clear the Yenshin Cave. As soon as this news was announced, the prices of all drugs that increase fire resistance suddenly skyrocketed, and demand simply exceeded supply, and the reason why so many people want to clear the Flame God Cave, it's because Yenshin Cave is a good place that specializes in producing forging blueprints. It was precisely because of these forging blueprints that the level 25 loner made a lot of money. He even joined a first-class force based on these forging design drawings, became their exclusive blacksmith, and received key training, and now Chuyun just got a prescription that can increase fire resistance. Still an increase of 500%. He had never seen such a heaven-defying elixir in his previous life. If this recipe is put up for auction, Chuyun even thought that this could be sold for at least 1 million god and demon coins, but now Wang Gang said that he would exchange his elixir recipe for a +5 storm blade of his. Okay, I changed. Chuyun was naturally overjoyed and agreed. However, he knew the value of this elixir, but Wang Gang did not, so he took all the storm blade and iron turtle sets off the shelves and gave them to Wang Gang, and also gave Wang Gang god and demon coins. He earned it by being able to exchange it for Yanyang pill, but he couldn't let Wang Gang and others suffer too much. Give all these to me. Wang Gang was also surprised when he saw these equipment. Then he immediately understood that the value of that elixir prescription might be beyond his imagination. Then he felt very happy inside. He felt that Chuyun was very loyal and did not let himself suffer. Well, do you want to change? Chuyun asked with a smile. Change. Wang Gang naturally nodded in agreement. Then he gave all the equipment and the god and demon coins to Lei Chen and others, without keeping any equipment for himself. Chuyun saw this and had to admire Wang Gang as the captain. if you have good equipment, give it to your teammates first. Where can I find such a good captain? However, Lei Chen and others just accepted the equipment and did not ask for the god and demon coins. If you insist on giving these god and demon coins to Wang Gang, you can count as buying these equipment. Wang Gang had no choice but to accept the 10,000 gods demon coin. Yi Chuyun saw this in his eyes and smiled without saying a word. Woo 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 woo. Boom, that while everyone was chatting, a black train appeared from the void and slowly drove toward the square. Coming, Lei Chen shouted excitedly when he saw the train. The black train is like a giant steel dragon, with white steam ejecting from the front as it advances. In just 10 seconds, everyone including Yi Chuyun felt a huge pressure coming from them and couldn't help but retreat. Woot! A long whistle sounded, and the steam slowly dissipated. The black train that takes them to the world of gods and demons appears again. The next second the black train stopped in the square, the doors of the train opened automatically one by one, and the interior of the carriage suddenly lit up, waiting for Yi Chuyun and others to enter. Everyone looked at the black train in front of them, with both happiness and confusion in their eyes. I'm happy that I finally left the hellish place of the poison swamp, but what is confusing is that if they board the train, what kind of terrifying place will be waiting for them? Just when everyone was hesitating, a figure boarded the train without hesitation. It was Yi Chuyun. Seeing Yi Chuyun getting on the train so decisively, Wang Gang and others looked at each other, then gritted their teeth and walked into the train closely. After entering, Yi Chuyun casually found a carriage on the right and sat down. Wang Gang and others sat opposite him, looking nervous. Once they boarded the train, everyone was no longer the ignorant and panic-stricken people they were 3 days ago. Now that they have gained power, everyone on the previous Blue Star was almost non-human. But the more this happens, the more they can feel how powerful the methods of heaven are. Chapter 82. Go to the Blue Star territory and choose a region. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This black train is not a technology that our Blue Star can produce at all. It just looks like it appears in a movie. It seems like alien technology. Lu Qian looked out the window and kept sighing. Captain, where do you think this train will take us? Kai Kun asked nervously. Wang Gang was also very nervous at this time. He shook his head, then glanced at Yi Chuyun. When he saw Yi Chuyun still looking calm and indifferent, suddenly he was no longer nervous. Yi Shen, where do you think this train will take us? Hearing Wang Gang's question, Yi Chuyun was about to answer. The train suddenly made a woo sound, and then the doors slammed shut and started to start. At the same time, there was a sound in the carriage. Everyone in District 118, welcome to take the train. After leaving the trial place, you will truly enter the world of gods and demons. The place you are going to next is an area that I have specially divided for you, Blue Star. I named it the Blue Star Territory. Your next task is to survive in this Blue Star Territory, establish your own station, and welcome the battlefield of all races that may come one day. In the Blue Star Territory, there are all kinds of different spaces, ferocious beasts, opportunities, and tasks. You can explore them individually. Work hard to improve your strength, Blue Star humans. Okay, finally, the person with the highest level among you is asked to choose the region you want to go to next. There are a total of regions. You can choose freely. The area you were in before was Area 1. You can also choose to go there directly. But I would like to remind you that once you choose, the following tasks can only be completed in the area you choose. Please choose this. The sudden word stunned everyone present, then they all looked at Yi Chuyun. After all, he is now the highest-ranking person on this train. His choice is related to their future, life and death. After all, if you make a bad choice and end up in a very dangerous area, you'll be damned. Huh? Aren't we in Region 1? Can we go to other regions now? Wang Gang said doubtfully. It's good that we are in Region 1, but it doesn't mean we can't go to other regions. This is good, as it gives us the freedom to choose. Then shall we continue to Area 1 or go to other areas? Yi Shen, which region do you plan to choose? Kai Kun looked at him carefully. Yi Shen, you can choose whatever you want. No matter what decision you make, we will still support you. Lei Chen kept patting his chest and promised. Seeing this, other people also echoed. Yes, yes, Yi Shen, there are 10,000 regions anyway. We don't know what the situation is in these regions at all, so you can choose with confidence. Indeed, no one has been to these, areas, so in the end we can't just choose randomly. Hee, why not choose something more auspicious? Let's choose 666, right? Good guy, it doesn't have to be so auspicious. Just when everyone was chatting in an increasingly different direction, Chuyun finally spoke. I choose area 1888. Okay, this train will go to area number 1888. After arriving at the location, the mission will start. Good guy, Yi Shen, you are decisive enough to make a decision so quickly. Wang Gang looked at him in shock. Why is it number 1888, not 888? Kai Kun also muttered secretly. 888, Fafa, how good it is. At this time, Lei Chen's eyes lit up, 1888. If I want to make a fortune, it has to be you, Yi Shen. Let me go. So Yi Shen, is this why you chose number 1888? This wave of metaphysics is okay. Okay, I feel like I'm going to take off next. It's such an auspicious number. If I don't take off, who will take off? Good guy. Yi Shen looked at these people speechlessly. Everyone now thinks that he chose this number purely because of auspiciousness. However, what everyone didn't know was that Yi Chuyun's choice of this region was no accident. This area number 1888 was a popular area in the previous life, the so-called relying on the mountains to eat the mountains, relying on the sea to eat the sea. For example, I can sell seafood here, and you can sell ginseng over there. Every region has its own unique features. If you choose them well, you can rely on them to earn wealth, improve your strength, and develop your power. In the previous life, number 1888 was a treasure. All the forces that developed in that area were first-rate forces. Even the strongest superpowers in the Blue Star territory are concentrated in area 1888. It can be said that the center of the Blue Star territory is area 1888. Today, number 1888 is still an unexplored area, and there are treasures everywhere that can be exploited, but none of this can be said to people like Wang Gang. It would be nice to let them misunderstand. In this way, when others asked, Yi Chuyun could use this reason to dismiss them. Rumble. The train was already traveling in the void at this time. Looking outside through the car window, all you can see is darkness. After about half an hour, the speeding train slowed down. Everyone who was sitting there chatting and resting immediately stood up when they saw this. They understood that the train was going to stop. Everyone, area 1888 is about to arrive. After you get off the bus, the mission begins. During this period, you can take trains to other areas, but the tasks you take can only be completed in area 1888. Please be informed. The train continued to slow down, and finally stopped completely as the whistle blew. The lights in the car were turned off one after another, and all the tightly closed doors were opened. After the car door opened, a gust of cold wind rushed in from outside the door. At this time, many people came to the car door, but no one dared to run out. After going through so much, they know the consequences of rash actions, so naturally they won't do it. Looking out through the car door, you can see solid walls on both sides. The wall continued to extend forward, forming a large passage. It's like a train station. Let's go. Just when everyone was hesitating, Yi Chuyun was the first to stand up and walk out of the station. With him taking the lead, the others plucked up the courage and followed. When everyone got off the train, they found that the train did not leave, but stayed here. This station is a bit like our Blue Star train station. Wang Gang sighed while observing. Others kept nodding. Chapter 83. Start the resident mission and activate the world list. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It looks more like it. When I saw this station, I thought I was back at Blue Star. Yi Chuyun was non-committal. This train station is indeed very similar to their Blue Star. Thick walls on both sides form a huge passage exit with a suspended ceiling above. Everything seemed so familiar. About 80 people walked about 40 meters before leaving the dark passage. After walking out of the passage, everyone discovered that there was a desert outside that could not be seen at a glance. Announcement. Arrive at area 1888, start the task, and build a station. Task content. Please find a way to kill the ferocious beast and obtain the resident order. Task tip: this garrison order can only establish a garrison within the area of number 1888. There is no time limit and no failure penalty. Task tips: only by killing ferocious beasts above the level 10 leader level will there be a certain probability of releasing the station order. Task tips: the sooner the station is built, the richer the reward will be. Tip: enter area 1888 and activate the world channel. Tip: save regional channel number 1 and open regional channel number 1888. Tip: the world channel has a speaking limit, and each person can only speak 10 times a day. Tip: open the world level list. Tip: open the world combat power list. Tip: open the world wealth list. Tip: enable regional trading. The series of prompts overwhelmed everyone, and they were simply dazzled. The first thing most people choose is not to open the world channel, but to open the world ranking list. They want to know who is number 1 in the world now. Everyone, including Chuyun, also received the reminder message before the announcement appeared. Tip: the world list is about to open. Tip: your combat power, level, and wealth can be hidden, but your ranking on the list will still be displayed. Tip: do you want to hide it? Hide? Chuyun's eyes flashed and he thought carefully. He is naturally very confident in his level and combat power. If there is a world ranking list, he is probably number 1 in terms of level and combat power, and he also knows that he can hide his level, combat power and wealth. Chuyun thought for a while and chose to hide his combat power. Rank and wealth are not hidden, rank and wealth are exposed as indifferent. As long as others don't know what your combat power is, that's fine. Even if he hides his combat power, his name is still at the top of the world combat power list. Innocent. This also just gives others a space to imagine. Otherwise, what should I do if the first place has 2.3 combat power, but the second place does not even have 1 combat power? How embarrassing it is to be ranked second. He also thinks about everyone. What if others see that I have such a high combat power, have no desire to catch up, and just mess it up? This is not okay, but we can't make others too desperate. If you hide your combat power, you can give others a space to work hard and make them think they can surpass themselves. How great! Sometimes knowing too much is not a good thing, so he chose to hide his combat power but not his level. So when everyone opens the world rankings, what they see is this picture: world ranking point 1 st place, Chuyun, level 11.2 nd place, Xiao Shanyun, level 9.3 rd place, James Strong level 9.4 th place, Nakamurata level 9.5 th place, Jin Yinche level 9. World combat power ranking. Number 1, Chuyun. Combat power.no. 2, Chuyun. Combat power.no. 3, Xiao Shanyun. Combat power point 4 th place, Walter 6634. Combat power. World wealth ranking. Number 1, Xian Duo God and Demon Coin point 2 nd place, Chuyun God and Demon Coin point 3 rd place, Li Qinghong God and Demon Coin. Everyone looked at the leaderboard in stunned silence. Number 1 in the world rankings, Chuyun. Number 1 in the world combat power rankings, Chuyun. Even in the world wealth rankings, Chuyun ranks second. What kind of monster came out of their area 118? Then they all looked at Chuyun with strange eyes. Kai Kuan, good guy, Yishen is such an old imbi, I guess that you would definitely hide your combat power. Zhuang Liang, okay, you all play like this, right? I didn't expect that besides Yishen, the old imbi, there are so many other imbi hiding their strength, right? Lei Chen. It is known that the 4th place's combat power is 4. I guess Yishen's combat power must be more than 6,634. TSK, it seems that the top 10 in the world's combat power rankings are not that good. Wang Gang, not so good. Lei Zi, I think you must be distracted. Let's see our combat power first before talking. Lu Qian, Yishen, you are so touched. You don't hide your wealth or level, you just hide your combat power. Is this to prevent others from feeling despair? Wang Yun, yes, the reason behind this is so heartwarming, I love it. Facing everyone's gaze, Chuyun remained calm and composed, coughing lightly. Then he looked at the number 1 on the wealth list with shocked eyes. It was exactly as he expected. The number 1 on the wealth list is still the same as in the previous life. a man named Xian Duo from the Dragon Kingdom. This person doesn't like leveling, he only likes to do business and make money. I made my first pot of gold by buying and selling with my sharp business acumen, then he hired a team to help him hunt ferocious beasts and earn energy points, make money and level up at the same time. Solid stone, Xian Duo thought it was very valuable from the beginning, so he hoarded a lot of it, until the advent of the junior whetstone. Xian Duo skyrocketed because of this. Although he didn't earn as much as Li Mubai, he was still crazy. Later, he relied on this money to continue to develop. Finally, the largest chamber of commerce in the Blue Star territory, the Tongtian Chamber of Commerce, was established. He also suddenly became the richest person in the Blue Star territory, with a net worth of 1 trillion. This person has a very strong sense of the market and the ability to manage direction. This can be seen from the current world wealth list. Chuyun thought he had taken the lead and earned a large amount of god and demon coins, but still, the more money you make, the more you can earn. It can be seen that this money has a strong ability to make money. This is exactly what Chuyun likes. If given the chance, he would like to dig out more money. Moreover, Chuyun knew the area where Xian Duo was in his early days and could go there to find him. He knew that Xian Duo had a great obsession with money. If only he had a way to make more money. Xian Duo probably asked to join his force. At this time, not only Chuyun and others, but also people from other areas can take the train to the next location after reaching level 5. When they saw the world rankings, they were all shocked. Chapter 84 Management Genius. 2 God-level masters, why don't you poach someone? You are listening at novelfull.audio. World channel, everyone from area number 1 to know, is gathered here. The moment it opened, it was already in full swing. Number 666 Chao Shanyun. I'm not the first. Who is this Chuyun? He's actually level 11. Number 2333 Feng Tao, Yishen, is this Yishen? I didn't expect you to be at level 11. Number 1568 Chu Yunlan. Oh. Do you know him upstairs? Do you know his combat power? Number 2333 Huang Zhai's. We don't know. We don't know how much Yishen's combat power is. Now that it's hidden, we can't even guess it. Number 526 Nakamurata. No matter how high the combat power is, how much higher can it be? How can it be 1, and you can still hide your combat power and pretend to be a ghost? Number 1568 Chu Yunlan. Oh, people from Sakura country. If you scream again, believe it or not, I will spray you to death. Number 888 Xian Duo. Hey, this guy named Chuyun is great. He actually has so many gods and demon coins. I wonder if I can do business with him. Number 1888 Chuyun. It's okay to do business. I'll buy a large amount of spiritual herbs, ores, equipment, and skill books. Do you want to sell them? Number 888 Xian Duo. Good boy, you can do it. I also bought these things in large quantities. It seems that our business cannot be done. Number 1888 Chuyun. Don't, business cannot be done without righteousness. Make a friend. If I have a chance to make a fortune in the future, I'll call you. Number 888 Xian Duo. I like to hear this. Okay, add a friend. If you have a chance to make money, take me with you. I may make money. Number 666 Chao Shanyun. Brother Chuyun, can I ask you what your combat strength is? Number 1888 Chuyun. My combat power is only a little higher than the 4th place. Number 1568 Chu Yunlan, Yidiandian, right? If you don't want to say it, forget it. I won't force you, but just add me as a friend. I want to hang out with you, the boss. Number 1888 Chuyun. Okay, you are welcome at any time, but don't come now. You can wait until we get the station up. Number 666 Chao Shanyun. I'll go, station. Boss, if you can establish a station, my little brother would also like to join. Please add me as a friend. Number 888 Xian Duo. Resident. Do you already have a resident order? Number 1888 Chuyun. That's not the case yet. but to survive in this world of gods and demons, you must have your own territory. Otherwise, where can you rest when you are tired? Maybe you can build an auction house or a chamber of commerce. Something like that, Brother Qian, don't you think so? Number 888 Qian Duo. Oh, Brother Yi, you really touched my heart, yes, yes, yes. Soon, Yi Chuyun's 10 speeches came to an end, he quit the World Chat channel, and 3 more people were added to his friend list. They are Qian Duo, Xiao Shanyun, and Chuyun Lan. These 3 Yi Chuyun all wanted to win over. Needless to say, he has a lot of money, he is an absolute managerial talent. If he builds a garrison, he believes that with a lot of money, there will never be any problems with the garrison. The second is the combat power that can protect the station. To put it bluntly, it is the foundation of a force. Xiao Shanyun and Chu Yunlan were both among the top, God-level masters in the Blue Star territory in their previous lives. P.S. This has been changed. It used to be the top 10 God-level masters, but the author has now changed it to the top, the top 10 seems to be too few. After all, there are more than 70 billion people. If the top, is included, it will feel like 100 flowers are blooming. The strength of these 2 men is not weaker than Zhuang Ziqing. Xiao Shanyun was number 1 in the world ranking list in his previous life, and his combat power was not bad. Later, he established his own force, Shan Haiyun, and became a first-rate force. Chu Yunlan, a AA-level talent possessor, joined Xiao Shanyun's force early in his previous life. If a force has 2 God-level masters, it will be difficult for them to take off, but now, Yi Chuyun's purpose is to win over these 2 people while they are still in a state of ignorance. At this time, Xiao Shanyun and Chu Yunlan were the best ones to cheat. In fact, Xiao Shanyun did not intend to establish his own power at the beginning of his previous life. He initially joined a random force, with the idea that whoever established a base first would be the first to join. Later, due to various reasons, Xiao Shanyun left that force. To put it bluntly, the pie the boss drew was too big for him to eat, so Xiao Shanyun simply built a force by himself, which later became Shan Haiyun. Yi Chuyun's plan was to trick Xiao Shanyun over when he finished building the station. He doesn't know how to draw big cakes. He only puts the real benefits in front of everyone, and Chu Yunlan was even more deceived. Among the 3 people, Chu Yunlan was the least difficult, because Chu Yunlan is a very strong-willed person, so as long as he is stronger than Chu Yunlan, he can win him over. Thinking of this, Yi Chuyun also nodded with satisfaction. Everyone on the side also exited the world channel and began to explore. Now everyone is in a desert and doesn't know where to go. Suddenly, not far away, Wang Yun's ears twitched slightly, as if he sensed something, and he suddenly turned his head and shouted, "Everyone be careful." Following Wang Yun's fierce shout, everyone discovered that a small sand dune suddenly exploded more than 10 meters away from them. Only a boom was heard, and a huge black shadow jumped out of the sand pit. It turned out to be a huge scorpion with a length of more than 20 meters. It was as black as ink, and its shell was as hard as iron, like some kind of metal. Name, Dune Scorpion. Level 10. Combat Power Evaluation, 6000. Characteristics, Bloodthirsty, Killing, Territorial Awareness. Skills, Poison LV5, Strength Increase LV5. Talent, None. Explosion Rate, 5%. At this time, Kai Kuan, who had the appraisal skill among everyone, his eyes widened when he saw this data. Damn it, this Dune Scorpion has 6000 combat power. Everyone, be careful. What the hell, this scorpion has 6000 combat power. Upon hearing Kai Kuan's reminder, everyone except Yi Chuyun looked panicked and took a few steps back involuntarily. Yi Chuyun was currently closest to the Dune Scorpion, and his back was still facing it. When the Dune Scorpion saw this, his eyes showed a mocking look, and the next second he rushed straight towards Yi Chuyun. Seeing this, other people couldn't help shouting, "Yi Shen, be careful." Huh? What's going on? As soon as Yi Chuyun came back to his senses, he saw a huge black scorpion rushing towards him. Just when everyone thought he was going to be in danger, Yi Chuyun snorted coldly, raised the rune sword in his hand, and swung the sword over. Chapter 85. It was so dangerous, I was almost killed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Roll. Yi Chuyun shouted sharply. A beam of golden energy flew out from the rune sword, directly splitting the dune scorpion in front of him into two. Kill level 10 dune scorpion and get plus 1200 energy points. Triggered with % explosion rate, the items have been automatically placed in the storage space, please pay attention to check them. Hiss. Seeing Yi Chuyun kill a dune scorpion with 6000 combat power in such an understatement, everyone couldn't help but take a breath. Kai Kuan, although I know that Yishan is very good, but after experiencing it so intuitively today, I found that I still underestimated Yishan. Wang Gang, good guy, the dune scorpion with 6000 combat power seems like a big cabbage in front of Yishan. It can be cut at will. Zhuang Liang, the Swamp King we met in the simple level Swamp King Cemetery before must have this kind of combat power. Good guy, is this kind of combat power just an ordinary mob in Area 1888? Lu Qian, Mom, it's too dangerous here. I suddenly found that the poison swamp is more suitable for me. Wang Yun, why do I feel like we are back before the liberation? Before, we were thriving in the poisonous mist swamp. Now here we have the same feeling as when we were struggling to deal with the green-clawed beasts at the beginning. Everyone was about to cheer when they saw the dune scorpion dead. Suddenly, sand pits exploded all around the desert, and dune scorpions jumped out one after another. Among them is a green scorpion whose color is different from other dune scorpions. It seems to be a mutated dune scorpion. Name, dune scorpion, mutation level, level 10, combat power evaluation, 7000, characteristics, bloodthirsty, killing, leadership, territorial awareness, skills, poison LV5, strength amplification LV5, slashing LV5, talent, F-level agility enhancement. Explosion rate, 7%. As soon as this group of dune scorpions appeared, they surrounded everyone. This scene seems to have returned to the first time he came to the world of gods and demons, when he was surrounded by green-clawed beasts in the square. Wang Gang, Kai Kuan and others all took a deep breath. Retreat, let's return to the station quickly. The first reaction of Wang Gang and others was that they could not deal with so many dune scorpions, so they immediately turned around and ran towards the train station, but the next second. Double rings of ice and fire, 0.2 halos, one red and one blue, suddenly appeared behind Yi Chuyun. What follows is a massacre against the dune scorpions. Everyone stared in stunned silence as Yi Chuyun crossed his arms and stood in the center. The red and blue rings behind him were like laser cannons, continuously firing red and blue lasers. Those dune scorpions had no ability to resist at all. They were directly penetrated by the laser and turned into corpses. Holy shit, what kind of humanoid killing machine is this? I feel like I underestimated Yishan's strength once again. I think that when Yishan was able to pass through the hell-level Swamp King Cemetery, he had to kill it by force. There was no need for strategies or anything like that. I suddenly feel that these dune scorpions are not so scary, but a little pitiful. What the hell? Kill level 10 dune scorpion and get plus 1200 energy points. Kill level 10 dune scorpion and get plus 1200 energy points. Kill level 10 dune scorpion and get plus 1200 energy points. Within a few minutes, all the dune scorpions died under Yi Chuyun's double ring of ice and fire, but Yi Chuyun himself didn't even make any moves. He just stood there, and the double rings of ice and fire behind him would automatically lock onto the enemy and attack, plus the bonus of having the talent, the law of heaven and nature. The double ring of ice and fire used by Yi Chuyun was 3 times more powerful than the one used by the Swamp King. It feels like overkill for dealing with these dune scorpions. Phew, it was so dangerous, I almost got attacked by surprise. After eliminating the dune scorpion, Yi Chuyun patted his chest in fear, as if he had become a victim. If they hadn't seen the corpses of dune scorpions all over the ground, Wang Gang and others wouldn't have believed it. Wang Gang, Kai Kuan, Zhuang Liang, Lu Qian. Everyone was silent, but at the same time, they also knew that this place was more dangerous than the poisonous fog swamp. Judging from their current strength, it will be difficult to explore this place, not to mention that the resident order has a certain probability of being obtained by killing ferocious beasts above the level 10 leader level. This is currently very difficult for them. The World Channel was also wailing. Most of them also encountered the same situation as Wang Gang and others, and found that the ferocious beasts here were much stronger than those in the previous trial place. They can't beat it at all. Yi Shen, I think we should go back to the poison swamp to upgrade first. Judging from our strength, we may not be able to deal with the ferocious beasts here for the time being. Wang Gang first expressed his thoughts, others also agreed, saying that they would first go back to the poison mist swamp to improve their strength. After becoming stronger, they would then return to Area 1888 to find a way to build a garrison. Well, that's good. This place is indeed not suitable for you for the time being. Yi Chuyun nodded and agreed, although the current level and combat power of Wang Gang and others are much higher than those of people at the same stage, but it's not strong enough. It is indeed necessary to return to the poison mist swamp for further study, Yi Chuyun continued. I suggest you go to the Temple of Destiny to obtain the inheritance at level 10, and then return to Area 1888. It will be much easier this way. Hearing Yi Chuyun mention the Temple of Destiny, Wang Gang and others' eyes suddenly lit up. They had only heard Yi Chuyun briefly talk about the Destiny Temple before. I know that as long as I reach level 10, I will receive a summons from the Temple of Destiny. They need to enter the Temple of Destiny for evaluation, evaluate according to the evaluation level, and obtain inheritance. After receiving the inheritance, their strength will undergo a qualitative change. It is indeed as Yi Chuyun said. After they obtain the inheritance, it will indeed be much easier to come to Area 1888. Kai Kun immediately stepped forward and asked, God Yi, what is going on with this Temple of Destiny? Do we need to improve our attributes as much as possible before level 10? Is there anything important about it? Wang Gang, Yi Shen, as long as I increase my strength as much as possible, can I obtain the Berserker inheritance? Lu Qian, Yi Shen, look at me. I want to obtain the inheritance of an archer. What attributes do you think I can improve? Yi Chuyun was overwhelmed with questions one after another, but Yi Chuyun was already prepared. Previously, he used the A-level evaluation information in the Temple of Destiny to win over everyone present. This is when it finally came in handy. Chapter 86 Act alone again and launch follow-up plans. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yi Chuyun also told Wang Gang and others what he knew, contents related to the evaluation of each level, as well as the conditions required to obtain some inheritance. The conditions for obtaining low-level inheritance are not a secret among Tan Mo and others. If this trivial information could be exchanged for the A-level evaluation information in Yi Chuyun's hands, people like Tan Mo simply want it. Wang Gang and others also benefited a lot from learning so much information from Yi Chuyun. Only then did they understand the twists and turns. So as long as the strength reaches 100 and the constitution reaches 100 points or more, is it possible to obtain the warrior inheritance? If you have one of the 5 elements talents and your spirit exceeds 100 points, is it possible to obtain a mage inheritance? If a certain attribute reaches over 300, is it even possible to obtain a high-level inheritance? The conditions for obtaining inheritance are all strange, and Yi Chuyun cannot guarantee it, %, so he can only give a rough explanation. When Wang Gang and others learned that Yi Chuyun had used his own evaluation information in exchange for this information, they were even more moved. And Yi Chuyun only did this in the hope that others could become stronger. After all, his strength alone is useless on the battlefield of all races. What he needs is for everyone in the Dragon Kingdom and even the entire Blue Star to become stronger. Being alone is inevitable, but being together is a journey. But he is not the Holy Mother and cannot help everyone, so he tries his best to help those who are willing to follow him and trust him. Okay, that's all the information. You can think about it for yourselves, which way to go. I still have somewhere to go. Since Area 1888 cannot be explored, you should take the train back to the poison swamp first. Yi Chuyun stood up, patted the sand, and then walked towards the train station. The others quickly stood up and followed him. Everyone walked out of the train station in a mighty way, and then walked back in a mighty way. Arriving at the station, Yi Chuyun pointed to the ticket office, which seemed empty. You go there and buy a ticket back to the poison swamp. Ticket? Wang Gang and others looked at the empty ticket office. They had no idea where they could buy tickets, but since the platform has the words ticket office written on it, it must be able to sell tickets, right? Chuyun came to the ticket office first and said to the empty window. "Give me a ticket to area 884. The ticket to area number 884 is priced at 20 god and demon coins. Do you want to buy it?" "Purchase." Chuyun didn't hesitate at all, and immediately took out 20 god and demon coins and placed them on the window sill. There was a flash of white light, and the 20 god and demon coins disappeared, replaced by a green ticket with number 884 written on it. "Everyone, I'll just go ahead and chat privately if you have anything to do." Chuyun picked up the ticket, smiled at the others, and got on the train. Under everyone's gaze, the train pulled away with a whoosh sound, then another black train appeared, waiting for the others. Captain, where is Yishan going?" Kai Kun asked in confusion. Wang Gang didn't know, he just rolled his eyes and said to him. "I don't know. Don't worry about God's affairs. Let's quickly go back to the poison swamp to continue leveling up. By the way, we will also share the information Yishan told us with other brothers. All my attributes happen to have exceeded 300 points. I wonder if there is a chance to obtain a powerful inheritance." Sitting on the train heading to area 884, Chuyun opened the storage space. He had just killed so many dune scorpions, and he hadn't checked out the trophies yet. Dune scorpion's essence, after taking it, the constitution is 15 and the poison resistance is +10. Dune blade, attack power +30, strength +20, attacks with poison, causing the enemy to be paralyzed for 10 seconds, first level best, equipment requirements, level 10, strength 100 and above. The tail of the dune scorpion, contains toxins and can be used as medicine. The ferocious beasts at level 10 are different. Although the equipment that explodes is only the first level, its attributes are much better than the first level equipment that explodes at lower levels. Chuyun muttered, took out the dune scorpion's essence and ate 10 of them. Constitution increased by 150 points, reaching 3,394 points. Instead, his physique has become the highest attribute among his four-dimensional attributes. What a surprise! The fighting power also surged. After reading the panel, Chuyun opened the trading house. Now that the trading bank has connected to area 1888, there are more things you can buy. At the same time, the equipment, skill books, essences, etc. that Chuyun had previously listed in the trading house had already been sold out. The god and demon coins he had deposited at the acquisition office were all used up, in exchange for a large amount of spiritual grass, ores and other materials. Chuyun looked at the current price of first-level equipment. Previously, only Chuyun in District 118 could sell a large amount of equipment. Now that trading houses are connected across regions, there are more choices, but Chuyun looked at the price and his eyes widened. Good guy, just a piece of rubbish. First-level equipment is priced at 1888 god and demon coins, the cheapest one is also 888, this guy can afford it. It has just been the third day since I arrived in the world of gods and demons. Who has so many 888s on me? Comparing the prices he lists for, it's no wonder his gear is selling out so suddenly. Chuyun thought for a while and decided to keep the equipment close to his brothers in District 118 first. Fortunately, trading houses can specify sales. Chuyun put all the dune scorpion spirits and equipment on the shelves, and only those in designated area 118 could purchase them. Then he deposited another 10 god and demon coins in the acquisition area, and added some purchased items. Although I don't know if I can receive it, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Then he continued to search in the trading house to see if he could pick up any leaks and get some forging blueprints, prescriptions, etc. It's a pity that it is the early stage of the world of gods and demons, and there is not much left for him to pick up, so he has to give up. After closing the trading house, Chuyun took out a few more jade tokens from the storage space. These jade cards belong to Tan Mo, Hu, Tai Tai, and some people he liked more. This is their name brand. As long as you use it, you can add them as friends across regions. It's just that there was no open world channel before, so I couldn't add it yet. You can add it now. So Chuyun put the jade plaques on his forehead one by one, let his mental power connect with the jade plaques, and added friends one by one. Chapter 87 Invitation to the Auction, Dark Night Valley. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After adding all friends, Chuyun heard a D sound. In the friends list, Mo whose profile picture is flashing. it seems that this person has been waiting for Chuyun to add him as a friend. After this discovery was added, I got in touch immediately. Mo, fellow clan, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Why did I just add you as a friend? Chuyun, I'm sorry, we have just activated the world chat channel, so you understand. Mo, oh, that's it. I forgot about it. Chuyun, brother Mo, did you come to me just to say hello? Mo, that's not true. In addition to saying hello to you, I have something good to tell you. Good thing? Chuyun raised his eyebrows and became a little curious. Chuyun, good thing? What good thing? Mo, compatriots, your blue star has just arrived in the world of gods and demons. You must have never seen the auction held in this world, right? It turned out to be an auction. Seeing this, Chuyun roughly understood what Mo meant. In the previous life in the Blue Star territory, various forces established various chambers of commerce in order to make money. Expanding the influence of the Chamber of Commerce is nothing more than holding an auction. At the auction, all forces will bring out their treasured equipment, elixirs, prescriptions, forging blueprints, skill, books and even talent engravings, etc. This will showcase the heritage of the Chamber of Commerce and attract more people to spend money. Not only does the Blue Star territory do this, other worlds will do the same. However, in his previous life, Chuyun had not participated in auctions held in other worlds. He would like to know what items are sold at auctions held in other worlds. Thinking of this, Chuyun also followed Mo's words. Chuyun, auction. Is it held by your world? Mo, that's not true. This auction is held by Funyi Star, a medium-sized world. Mo, in order to expand their influence, they specially invited some people from other worlds to come and participate this time. Hey, I happen to know one of the organizers there. He is a good brother of mine, so I received the invitation letter. Mo, how about it, do you want to go and see it? Chuyun, I definitely want to see it, but we can't cross the world. So how can we participate in this auction? Mo, this is simple. As long as you get the invitation letter, you can participate in the auction without going to their world. If you want to buy something then, you can just bid directly. As long as you take the photo, it will be handed over to you naturally. Hands. Chuyun, can it still be like this? But I don't have an invitation letter. Mo, this is simple. I can just ask my friend to give you another invitation letter. Chuyun, really? Thank you so much. Mo, hey, this is nothing. I have to thank you for giving me the A-level evaluation information for free. Chuyun, then I will wait for your invitation letter, brother Mo. Mo, well, I'm going to contact my friend now. Chuyun closed the private chat. Within a few minutes, he received the prompt, tip, Mo from Yinqing wants to trade with you, do you agree? Tip, transactions from other worlds can only be traded once a month. Chuyun immediately agreed. A transaction box popped up immediately. Chuyun saw Mo put up a black jade plaque and traded it to him directly. After receiving the black jade token, Chuyun began to study it. According to Mo, as long as spiritual power is input into the black jade card, it can be activated. He tried to activate his mental energy, but got a piece of news. The auction will take place in 5 days. Good guy, I'm so excited for nothing. Chuyun shook his head and put the invitation letter into the storage space. He thanked Mo again, and then quietly waited for the train to arrive at the terminal. 10 minutes passed. The train finally arrived at the destination, Area 884. Outside the train station is a dark forest. Just after Chuyun came out, countless pairs of green eyes immediately appeared in the dim forest, staring at him. Chuyun had no expression on his face and directly summoned his wind feather wings to fly into the sky and left the forest. Identify. A huge map appeared in Chuyun's mind. Chuyun looked at it. The dark forest just now was called the Forest of Death. All the ferocious beasts in this forest are all level 10, and the strongest one is a level 12 king-level tree demon. This dead forest is rich in a material called dead soul wood. It's a pity that this dead soul wood has too few uses and is not very popular. This information was collected in his previous life. According to his memory, Chuyun looked at a place called Dark Night Valley on the map. that was the destination of his trip. Fortunately, with the help of his flying wings, he flew directly to the depths of the valley in no time. Regarding the understanding of Dark Night Valley, it is not an exaggeration to say that Chuyun is the land god of Dark Night Valley. The Night Valley is rich in ores. The outskirts of the valley are the territory of the level 11 ferocious beast kobold. Deep in the valley is the territory of the level 12 ferocious beast goblin. In order not to alert the enemy, Chuyun landed first, picking up a few random stones and ores. He continued deep into the Dark Night Valley, using the stealth technique for the first time in a long time. Chuyun sneaked all the way to a big mountain. Chuyun narrowed his eyes, and with his supervision, he could see countless goblins in the mountain. Most of the small goblins kept waving their tools and digging into the stone walls of the mountain. There are also many huge goblins with whips in their hands, constantly wandering and patrolling around the mountains. Name, Dwarf Goblin. Level 12, Combat Power Evaluation, 8000, Characteristics, Obedience, Servility, Great Strength, Skills, Strength Increase LV5, Chopping LV5, Endurance LV5, Talent, None, Explosion Rate, 5%. Name, Evil Goblin, Mutation. Level 12, Combat Power Evaluation, 9000, Characteristics, Management Consciousness, Killing, Bloodthirsty. Skills, Strength Increase LV5, Whirlwind/LV5, Madness LV5, Talent, F-Level Strength Enhancement, Explosion Rate, 7.5%, the smaller ones are the Dwarf Goblins, the larger ones are Evil Goblins. This is easy to distinguish. Chuyun would not appear in front of these goblins so openly. After he chose a location, he grabbed a handful of rocks and pointed them directly at the evil goblin not far away. Chapter 88 Lure the Snake Out of Its Hole, Engineering Master Anol. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The pebbles hit the evil goblin closest to Chuyun with great force. Wow la la la, that the evil goblin who was hit by the stone screamed in pain, and then turned to look in the direction where the stone flew. At this time, Chuyun had already hidden himself and was not discovered by the evil goblin. Wow, that the evil goblin looked around suspiciously, but found nothing out of the ordinary, so he relaxed. Just when it turned around, Chuyun appeared again and threw a handful of stones at it. Whoa, 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 that this time the evil goblin finally noticed something was wrong, waved the whip in his hand, and directed the dozen or so dwarf goblins around him to follow it and run in the direction of Chuyun. Chuyun's mouth curled up when he saw this. The fish is hooked. The location he chose now happened to be a blind spot and would not attract the attention of other evil goblins. When this evil goblin brought its little brothers to Chuyun's location, he has already held the rune sword in his hand and has been waiting for it for a long time. I saw several golden sword energies flashing by. Wherever the sword energy passed, the evil goblin and its dwarf goblin brothers had no resistance at all, and they were all split in half. Pft, pft. The sound of cutting is endless. Kill the level 12 evil goblin, mutated level, and get plus 4000 energy points. Kill the level 12 dwarf goblin and get plus 3000 energy points. Triggered with % explosion rate. The items have been automatically placed in the storage space. Please pay attention to check them. In just a few seconds, a body fell in front of Chuyun, then Chuyun looked around. Nothing happened. Didn't you show up? Chuyun frowned, then continued to use stealth to reach another location and continued to attract evil goblins. In this way, Chuyun followed the same method and solved batch after batch of evil goblins and dwarf goblins. Chuyun didn't know how many goblins he had killed. He only knew that his upgrade energy points were constantly rising. There are more and more trophies in the storage space. The number of goblins in the mountains is also constantly decreasing. However, at this moment, a mutation occurred. Boom! A goblin driving a giant steel robot suddenly emerged from the ground. Damn human, I've tolerated you for a long time, and you actually killed so many of my men. Do you want to stop my research? This goblin is different from dwarf goblins and evil goblins. Its size is smaller and its skin is golden yellow. At this time, it was looking at Chuyun angrily. Name, Anol, Special, Level 15, Combat Strength Assessment, : Characteristics, Master of Engineering, loves research, is afraid of death. Skill. Talent. Explosion rate, : You finally showed up. The moment he saw this goblin coming out, Chuyun's eyes flashed with excitement. Everything he had done before was to lure out this special goblin named Anol. This goblin, marked as special, actually does not belong to the category of ferocious beasts. It's like an NPC, in other words, it was also once summoned by heaven to the world of gods and demons, but in the end, he was controlled by the way of heaven and became an existence similar to indigenous existences that can be given a special mark by heaven. Often have profound meanings. There must be some chance in them. The reason why Chuyun is so clear, it's because a man named Xiao Gang discovered the existence of Arnold in the Night Valley in his previous life. At that time, Blue Star had already arrived in the world of gods and demons for half a year. Everyone's fighting power has already caught up. The highest ones have a combat strength of hundreds of thousands. Xiao Gang was only over level 20 at that time, and his combat power was only over 2 points. The reason why he came to Dark Night Valley was because he was a blacksmith. He wanted to save money and collect or to make equipment himself. Inadvertently, he discovered Arnold deep in the Dark Night Valley. After fighting with Arnold for a long time, he got a treasure map from Arnold. This person just chatted casually for a few words on the World Channel, and not many people cared about it at the time, but later on, when Xiao Gang showed amazing talent in blacksmithing, he even became a master blacksmith. Only then did everyone remember the treasure map, and couldn't help but connect the two together. At that time, it became a hot topic on the World Channel. It's just that at that time, Xiao Gang relied on his identity as a blacksmithing master to join the first-rate force, Xinyao. No one would trouble Xiao Gang because of this unconfirmed incident, so let it go. Chuyun happened to eat a whole melon at that time. He guessed that Xiao Gangding got some props from the treasure map that could increase the probability of forging, so he was able to soar into the sky. Even if the treasure in this treasure map is not a prop that can increase the probability of forging, it must be some other good thing. And Xiao Gang once said that just after he got the treasure map, Anol became even more angry when he saw Chuyun didn't speak. As its hands continued to move, the huge robot beneath it suddenly vibrated, its speed soared, and it rushed straight towards Chuyun. Upon seeing this, Chuyun used his flying wings to fly into the sky to avoid Anol's attack. "I didn't expect you, a human, to be able to fly." Arnold was stunned for a moment, then laughed loudly and continued to control the robot. The robot suddenly ignited, and its huge body actually flew up. A sarcastic smile appeared on Anol's face, and he manipulated it with his tiny hands. Choo choo choo. Countless gun barrels suddenly appeared on the robot's body, and they fired at Chuyun. Ultimate Golden Shield. Facing Anol's fire attack, Chuyun did not rush to fight back. Dang dang. With the extremely golden shield reinforced by heavenly law and nature, the defense is stronger than ever. Anol's attack hit the shield and was completely unable to break through it. What? Seeing that his attack seemed to tickle the opponent, Anol's expression suddenly changed, then it gritted its teeth and pressed a red button. Then 3 huge rocket launchers were fired from the robot's body and hit the shield, causing a huge explosion. However, when the smoke and dust dissipated, Chuyun was still fine. So strong. Anol's eyes widened, and he already wanted to retreat in his heart. This familiar feeling was immediately noticed by Chuyun. Just when Anol was about to escape, he directly used the teleport skill to come to Anol. Then he grabbed Anol's neck and lifted its body up. Chapter 89. Become a subordinate and go to Jiulong Lake to hunt for treasure. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Anol was strangled by the neck and looked at Chuyun with a fearful look in his eyes, as if he wanted to beg for mercy. Chuyun looked at it expressionlessly, and just slowly uttered 3 words. Treasure map. Anol's eyes widened when he heard this, then he tremblingly stretched out his finger and pointed at the robot that had fallen to the ground. It seems that the treasure map is on the robot. Chuyun didn't waste any time and took Anol directly to the robot. However, out of caution, Chuyun did not let Anol get close to the robot. He first searched the robot's body. Anol itself doesn't have much combat power. Without the robot, it is just a weakling, with only 5,000 combat power left. Chuyun directly used mental control to control it and let it stand aside honestly. After a while, Chuyun found a metal box on the robot. When he opened the metal box, he saw a treasure map inside. It seems that Xiao Gang didn't lie. He really has a treasure map. Yi Chuyun felt happy in his heart. He carefully observed the treasure map and found that the place marked on the treasure map happened to be area number 844, a place called Jiulong Lake. After seeing this location, Yi Chuyun's eyes showed shock, because this location is his next target location. There is something there that requires him to use the talent of water fusion to get it. Unexpectedly, the treasure marked on the treasure map is also in Jiulong Lake. What? A coincidence. If that baby is also at the bottom of Jiulong Lake, then his water fusion talent is really just right. After putting away the treasure map, Yi Chuyun looked at Anol. He didn't want to kill Anol. It would be a pity if Anol was killed just like this. As the master of engineering, he wanted to try to subdue Anol. Yi Chuyun continued to strangle Anol's neck and released his mental control. After the mind control was released, Anol's originally gray eyes regained their look. Human, you just controlled me. Anol is not stupid either. He knows that he was controlled by Yi Chuyun just now. The fear of death drove Anol to constantly beg him for mercy. Human, you took away the treasure map. Let me go. I have no other pursuits. I just want to continue studying engineering. If you kill me, I won't be able to study it. This will be more uncomfortable than killing me. Oh. Do you want to continue studying engineering? Yi Chuyun's eyes flashed when he heard this. I can let you go. I only have one condition, which is to become my subordinate. After becoming my subordinate, you can continue to study your engineering. Subordinate? Anol was stunned when he heard this, as if he knew what becoming a subordinate meant to him. If it becomes Yi Chuyun's subordinate, it means that it can get rid of the control of heaven, but then its fate was in Yi Chuyun's hands. As long as Yi Chuyun has a thought, it can die without a burial place, and the worst thing is that if Yi Chuyun is unhappy, he will kill himself. It cannot be resurrected again. But Anol still cares more about whether he can continue to study engineering. His love for engineering is larger than life, so when Yi Chuyun proposed that he could continue to study engineering, Anol only hesitated for a while and nodded in agreement. Prompt, Anol wants to be your subordinate, do you agree? Yi Chuyun's mouth curved. He knew Anol would agree. Now with the help of an engineering master, it seems that it will be much easier in the future. Agree. Tip, congratulations, Anol has become your subordinate. Announcement, Yi Chuyun is the first to have a subordinate, reputation plus 100. Tip, your reputation reaches 500, you will be blessed by heaven, and all attributes will be plus 50. This announcement was not only known to District 118, but also to the World Channel. There was an uproar immediately. Everyone is going crazy at, no need to click on it. Yi Chuyun knew that everyone must be talking about this matter now. He ignored it and looked at Anol, who had become his subordinate. Anol, please go back to your research institute first. I will call you again when I am about to leave. Understood, my lord. Anol nodded obediently and returned to the robot's control console. He escaped and disappeared in front of Yi Chuyun. Gotta hurry. Yi Chuyun quickly left the Dark Night Valley and accelerated towards Jiulong Lake with all his strength. After leaving the Dark Night Valley, Yi Chuyun flew rapidly for half an hour, passing many high-level ferocious beast areas. There are many high-level ferocious beasts above level 20, 30, and even level 40 in these areas. At least with his current combat power, he can't be messed with. Fortunately, he had the help of wind feather wings and didn't have to rush on the ground. Otherwise, it would really take a lot of effort to avoid those high-level ferocious beasts. Jiulong Lake is not simple either. It is the nest of fish people. In addition to fish men, there are many annoying water elves in Jiulong Lake. The ferocious beasts here are generally level 20-30. Murlocs have curse skills that can absorb the enemy's attributes and convert them into their own attributes. In other words, the higher Yi Chuyun's attributes are, the stronger the fishman's attributes will be. It's very difficult to kill and very disgusting. Therefore, in the previous life, basically no one was willing to come to Jiulong Lake to hunt ferocious beasts and upgrade, but at this time, Yi Chuyun had to take the risk and come to Jiulong Lake. There is also that thing among the treasures in the treasure map, and you must get it quickly. Otherwise, if others were to get there first, he would have nowhere to cry. Before approaching Jiulong Lake, Yi Chuyun landed first and used stealth to approach slowly. The treasure on the treasure map is clearly marked, just below the bottom of Jiulong Lake. Jiulong Lake is a huge lake with a length of 10 square meters. the lake is surrounded by forests. Many fishmen patrol the forest. These fishmen have a muscular body, usually with a fish-like upper body and human-shaped legs as their lower body. It is completely opposite to the mermaid described in fairy tales. Their combat power is also very powerful. Name, Murloc Warrior. Level 20, Combat. Strength Assessment, : Characteristics, Obey Orders, Fearless, Bloodthirsty, Skills, Curse of the Murloc, Exclusive Skill, Power Increase LV5, Summoning LV5, Talent, E-Level Water Control. Explosion Rate, 8%. Seeing the attributes of the fishman, Chuyun also felt stressed, so he could only continue to sneak and did not dare to act rashly. Chapter 90. Obtain the moving stone and sneak into the lair. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There are at least several hundred fishman warriors patrolling outside Jiulong Lake. These Murloc warriors alone were enough for Chuyun to eat, not to mention that there are even more terrifying fishman wizards, fishman kings, etc. in Jiulong Lake. It's better to try your best not to alert others and cause trouble to yourself. Chuyun could only hide and wait silently for the opportunity to enter Jiulong Lake. Fortunately, he has the bonus of heavenly law and nature, which greatly shortens the cooldown time of stealth. The original duration of stealth was 1 minute and the cooldown was 5 minutes. However, with the addition of heavenly law and nature, the duration of his stealth technique was enhanced, and the duration reached 3 minutes. The cooldown time has also been reduced by 50%, from 5 minutes to 2.5 minutes. In other words, as soon as his stealth duration ends, the cooldown time of his skills has already ended. Stealth can be continued. There are many Murloc warriors wandering around Jiulong Lake. Fortunately, Chuyun had the help of stealth skills and was not discovered. Chuyun secretly observed for a long time and almost figured out the patrol route of these fishmen warriors. These fishmen warriors each have their own patrol routes and do not interfere with each other, and they don't patrol all the time, they always take a break. After calculating the patrol pattern of the fishmen warriors, Chuyun began to take action. Relying on his prediction, Chuyun avoided batches of fishmen warriors. With one final sprint, he jumped into the 9-dragon lake with a pop. The sound of diving immediately attracted the attention of a group of fishmen warriors. However, they looked around and found no movement, so they turned around and left. Grumble, with the help of D-level water fusion talent, Chuyun can become one with the water and breathe freely in the water. He was like a flexible fish, constantly swimming to the bottom of Jiulong Lake. Once entering Jiulong Lake, Chuyun was unable to use stealth to cover up his figure. Soon, he was targeted by a group of strange blue jelly-shaped objects. Name, Water Elf. Level 20, Combat Strength Assessment, : Characteristics, Docile. Will not actively attack people, natural enemy of Murlocs. Skills, Water Roar, Exclusive Skill, Summon LV5, Spirit Amplification LV5, Talent, E-level Water Control, E-level Physical Strength, Explosion Rate, 8.5%. Ha ha, seeing humans, these water elves seemed very curious and kept surrounding him. Chuyun's eyes widened. He won't underestimate these cute creatures that look like slimes just because of this. If you offend them, it will be more terrifying than offending the fishman warriors. Making a decisive decision, Chuyun summoned 2 clones. One is with him, and the other is responsible for diverting the water elves away. He hurriedly walked away quickly, his eyes constantly scanning the surroundings, looking for the whereabouts of that thing. The bottom of the lake is very deep, with large and small reefs scattered everywhere, making it very confusing and complex. This greatly increased the difficulty for Chuyun to find that thing. Fortunately, the only good news is because of the existence of water elves. Those fishmen are concentrated in their lairs at the bottom of the lake and will not patrol around the bottom of the lake, because although the water elves have a docile personality, they will not actively attack people, but he is born with an extremely strong desire for fishmen. To be honest, Murlocs are their food. This undoubtedly greatly improved Chuyun's safety. The other clone also got rid of the water elf and returned to the main body. Now the main body and the 2 clones began to search for the whereabouts of that thing. About 20 minutes passed. Chuyun's eyes suddenly lit up. One of his clones finally discovered the whereabouts of that thing. Hurry and swim to your destination. That thing is hidden in a triangular reef crevice. Finally got you. Chuyun looked at the 3 fist-sized purple-red stones in his hand, feeling extremely excited. transportation stone, a one-time consumption of special props, which can be instantly teleported to a designated location after use. This stone looks like an ordinary stone from the outside. If it had been anyone else, he really wouldn't have noticed it, and the reason why Chuyun was able to discover it, it's because this moving stone was accidentally discovered by him in his previous life, but at that time, I didn't know the specific function of this moving stone, so I could only sell it. There were 3 pieces in total, and each piece was sold for 10 god and demon coins. It can be said that he made a fortune. At that time, Chuyun thought he had made a lot of money. Little did he know that he had already lost money. However, this moving stone is extremely important to him now and must be obtained. Now that the moving stone was finally in hand, the huge stone hanging in his heart finally fell. Next, all that's left is the treasure marked on the treasure map. In my impression, the treasure location of the treasure map is in the fishman's lair. Thinking of this, Chuyun also gritted his teeth secretly. It seems that I still have to break through this level. Then he took the 2 clones and swam all the way to the entrance of the fishman's lair. As soon as he arrived at the entrance, Chuyun saw many murloc warriors guarding the entrance. He cannot cast stealth while in water. It seems that it can only be used by entering the lair, but if you want to enter the lair, you still have to find a way to pass the entrance. Thinking of this, Chuyun let one of his clones act as a bait to lure away all the fishman warriors at the entrance. This is currently the only way for him to easily enter the lair. At most, it's just a sacrifice of a clone. The clone is also very powerful, attracting the attention of all the fishmen warriors at the entrance as soon as it appears. Then he escaped and was chased by all the murloc warriors at the entrance. Seeing the clones leading away all the fishmen warriors at the entrance, Chuyun quickly entered the lair with another clone. Sure enough, as soon as they entered the lair, Chuyun and his clones were able to use the stealth technique. At this time, Chuyun also sensed the news that his clone had died. From luring the fishman warrior away to him entering the lair, the clone only bought him less than half a minute. It seems that his choice is still right. We can't go head to head with these murloc warriors. Chuyun and another clone continued to go deep into the lair. During this period, I saw many fishman warriors and fishman wizards. The fighting power of the fishman wizard is stronger than that of the fishman warrior. Gundam. This made Chuyun more cautious. The lair is large, with a staircase leading deep underground. You should be able to find the treasure if you go down the stairs. The stairs are in a spiral shape and continue to extend underground, as if there is no end in sight.